Welcome to Connecting Greeks, a streaming comedy show and podcast designed to explore and enhance Greek culture around the world. Join hosts Angelo, Ari, and Foti as they bring you fun and interesting guests from all walks of Greek life. Grab a cafedaki and join us.
Hey everyone, welcome to another fantastic episode of the Connecting Greeks podcast. I'm Ari and I am here with some of the coolest people I know. Cool dude number one, Foti Stamos. What's up, man?
How you doing, Ari?
I am doing good. Excited about today, and always excited when we get to wrangle our second cool guy. You know, we have to wrangle him sometimes. He's like a wild horse, and we have to
with a lasso.
Rein him in. Yeah, exactly. Angelo Tsaroukas, what's up, man?
Hi. Τι κάνετε, παιδιά? Καλά είσαστε?
Καλά είμαστε, εσύ.
Good, it's good. Wrangle. What are we, provata? We're gonna wrangle.
That's it. I'm a wrangler.
It's interesting. It's like we live in a world. See, there's a good example, a perfect way to bring into the guest for the show today. We live in a world where people are busy. We live in a world where people want to be connected. And we live in a world where, especially for Greeks, we have FOMO, fear of missing out. Our guest today, very excited and happy to have her here, is the founder and creative force behind TheGreekend, a modern Greek-American community and lifestyle that brings people together. They do special cultural trips. They do all kinds of things, nonprofit. And she's going to tell us about it. And this is a perfect way to connect with us, the Connecting Greeks, with the Greekend. Welcome, Christine Scolinos. Hi, Christine.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Should be. We're happy to have you here. We got it together. And Christine, it's interesting. I went on your website, and I got to tell you, I liked it. I liked the way it's set up. I'm very pleasantly happy to see that my shows in Greece were on your website. As you know, I'm doing with your very good friend, our good friend, Ariana Papalexopoulos. Yes, hello, hi, Greek mom. Who's very funny and very talented. And she's coming with me to, she's in Greece right now. She's opening shows. And then she's coming to Australia also to come to Australia, to come doing shows there. And our videos have been really exciting. And you see, this is what I like about what you're doing with the Greekend. And I think if we all put a little elbow grease into it, we're going to see. And I see the events. You're going to my hometown of Montreal. You're in Phoenix. So it's kind of like connecting people. And now with social media and the internet, there's no excuse for us not to get together, right? So what inspired, right? True. And what inspired you to put this together? Because, we hear a lot of people wanting to do it, Christine, but you're making it happen. So kudos to you. What inspired you to do all this?
Well, thank you, Angelo. So actually, the fear of missing out, FOMO, inspired me to do this. So back in 2018, all the Greek events were starting to happen. Things were only really, though, happening on the East Coast. And so being from California, we didn't really have all these different events and things going on. And then by the time we would hear about it, it would just be on Instagram after the event already happened. So I would see all my friends at the galas or all my friends, at DC Greeks. And I'm like, why didn't someone just tell me about this event? So instead of waiting around for someone to tell me, I was like, why don't I be the person that figures it out and tells everybody else? So that is really the origin story of the Greekend.
That's perfect.
Cool. And the thing is, I like the fact that you're promoting events, I saw now, as a former travel agent, I used to sell Kontiki holidays, which would do a Greek island splendor. And it was easy for me to sell it. I worked at the University Travel Services in Ottawa, and I had students used to come in and they go, well, where should we go? South Padre Island. Or, guys, why don't you go to the Greek islands? Get you a cheap ticket to Greece. And you could do a Greek island tour. And the Kontiki tours were between the ages of 18 and 35. So they're in it. You know what I mean, guys? They were in an age group of people they could be with.
Demographic, yeah.
Right. And then they would be able, that would include usually like a pension or bed breakfast or small hotel.
Room to rent.
Events. And then they would get discounts for things like going to a museum but when you go to Greece, it's like, they always put in the cultural things. Well, let's face it. If you're 21 years old in Greece, you're not going to Zeus's museum, right, Christine? You're at Flames nightclub in Eos.
Yeah.
I live
Far
in
out
Sac.
Beach
Scorpios and
Club.
Mykonos.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, right. So it's interesting. So I know that you put that together, but a lot of people, Christine, and I think Forty and Adi will agree with this. A lot of people need a reason to do something.
Well,
They don't have a reason, and I think you putting this together, and you're such a great face for it. And people see you, and they're like, "Okay, I want to do what she's doing." You know
well
what I'm
said.
saying? I want to go where it's funny. I'll
Yeah,
do
man.
shows in Florida, Ari, and people will come in from Mobile, Alabama, to all the way to Tampa to see a show because they're bored.
It's true. But Faulty and I have been in this business for 25 something years. And I'm just going to say this. It takes way more than a pretty face to pull something like this off. So,
Totally.
Christine, I'm just assuming that you really, put some efforts because I know Greek people, I know events. Getting Greek people to events in my own city is difficult enough. You being able to pull this off, I mean, you have to have some talent and some skill and some, you have to be a personable person. You have to be like a psychologist. You have to be like all sorts of things. I mean, can you give us a little bit of like what it really takes? Like, because we know it's not an easy thing to pull off.
Absolutely. And I think that's what a lot of people don't see with the Greekend. They see the event, they see us, in Greece or at a UGA event in Miami on the beach having this great time. But there's a lot of work that goes in the back end, especially when it comes to planning these events out like months in advance. So it takes a lot of discipline, especially since I have a full-time job that's 9 to 5, and it's very strict and it requires me to fully be in person all the time. And I'm also a full-time student. I'm in grad school right now doing my doctorate in education. So managing those two, plus at this exciting time where I think the Greekend is really taking off, it just requires a lot of time to just grind and lock in. And lucky for me, it's a lot of stuff that I love to do. So people always ask me, like, I saw you in New York. Are you there for business or like, are you enjoying the event you're putting on? And truly, it is a really nice combination where I love what I'm doing. I love bringing people together. So I don't mind the work that goes into it, but it is a lot of work. And, planning this trip to Greece, that takes, 6 months to plan
Sure.
out. So as these new events always pop up, balancing that with the expectations of my job, the expectations of school, it really does take a lot of time, but I love doing it. I have great friends who come and support all the events in whatever city they're in. And it wouldn't be possible without all of them really believing and buying into the Greekend brand. So luckily, I'm surrounded by great people and get to meet a lot of great connections and awesome people too along the way that make it possible.
I think if I can add to what you're saying, Christine, is that, we've been blessed early on where we grew up in a different environment where pre-technology, pre-social media, as Greek Americans in our respective towns and cities, I'll speak about Boston and so forth, is that, we had access to going out. And if we wanted to like engage with other Greek Americans, we needed to go to events. That's the only way we would actually meet others. And it was thriving back then. But as time has gone on and things have changed and technology has come into the picture and the way we communicate has changed tremendously, is that to what I was saying earlier, it was hard back then. We look back and it seemed that it was hard. But if you think about it, there was more people going out instantly because there was no access to what we have today. So the fact that you are actually up against other challenges where to get people out is even more challenging, but your abilities and your strength and your talents, I should mention, is really inspiring to us because we have these conversations of like, what's going to happen with the younger generation? Are they going to still be interested to be Greek? Are they still going to want to go to Greek events? And if they don't go, then we eventually will slowly start to like dissipate and fall off. But what you're doing is a testament to the hope that we still have as Greek Americans to keep us together or keep us close to the culture. So
Right.
kudos to that.
Well, for not just Greek Americans, this is reaching out to Canada, Australia, everywhere.
True.
That's
Yes.
true. That's
You know,
true.
you know what I'm saying? But adding to your point, you're right. I like what you just said. Now, Christine, I got to ask you this because, as a comic, I look at everything. The Greekend, how many people have met each other through the events you've done? Are you actually thinking of maybe making, I mean, I think the Greekend kind of speaks for itself. People are going to meet people. Like my daughter's 13, and she's going, as you're aware of FDF, Folk Dance Festival. This year it's in Arizona. And now she's at the age where she likes boys. And there's other good-looking Greek boys. And my friend goes, don't you think she's too young to like boys? I go, hey, I rather she likes boys than want to become a boy. And not that, I'm just saying, okay, because I live in LA. I live in Hollywood. I got a lot of friends. There's a lot of stuff going on. Now, having said that, do you find, is it something, you've probably thought of it, I'm sure. Is it something that, is there a profile attached to your web? Because it's TheGreekend.com. If people listening, just, you want to know what's going on, Ari's going to put it TheGreekend.com, okay? And this is Christine's creation, which is wonderful. But have you thought of, have people told you like, hey, I met up somebody at an event in Miami, or I met somebody in Vancouver? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that something as
a byproduct? You should be a matchmaker. You should become a matchmaker.
Like, no, I mean, yeah, like, is it a byproduct of it? I'm curious.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, of course. Always when you're in these scenarios, I've noticed a lot of people who meet each other, even just start following someone and they're like, oh, well, the Greekend follows them. And I know they're not like super weird or anything like that. So I
make sure you don't follow us then.
No, so I like to kind of sometimes like think of it as that person, like that friend that everybody has. So like, even when it comes to events, like if the Greekend's at this event, you might not know someone going to it, but you know the Greekend. And so like you can see it through their eyes. Right. And so it is kind of that intermediary being where people have met through it. They've met through our summer program. I think that's always a great way too to meet people when you're on a trip together, you're traveling with them, you're seeing, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, the missing the ferry, everything, and how someone handles the stress and the pressure of that is very telling. But through these events for sure, and people will see someone at one event and then they go to a completely different type of event across the country thrown by a completely different organization, and they have that person in common. And so it just snowballs into this big group of people who all become pareja, who would have probably never met otherwise, unless they had the common Greekend thread through it all.
I mean,
so your social media pareja is yours also, right, Christine?
No, it's not that.
But I know you can see, because pareja, I like that. You know, that's actually a good idea for a meeting Greek site pareja. It's not, it doesn't insinuate anything. It's open for everyone, whoever wants to meet, whatever your preference is. Because we live in the modern world, whatever your preference is, you go to pareja. You
mean like cafedaki or like a glass of wine?
Well, look, you know, some people, you know, like Greeks were very, very Machiavellian. Like, if I was your age, because I'm obviously your dad's age now, but if I was
grandfather's age,
like Christine, I go, we're not like, hey, let's hook up. No. Greeks are more like, pa mi a café. We work it differently. And I've had many women tell me, they go, well, in the past when I was single, women said, Greeks know how to go out and enjoy life. We want to hook up, but Greeks know we're going to go eat. We're going to go for cafe. We're going to go for a sfinaki. We like pareja. We die for it. And I think a lot of cultures, not Italians to a degree, to a lot of other cultures, we die for pareja. The Greek cultures, we do. Like, I mean, if we do an event, you know, even I do comedy shows after, it goes, what do you want to do? Pame and apuro, pame. Like, I don't know them, but it doesn't matter. I go. Like, I was just in Salt Lake City doing a show. We went to the guy's house after. Like, we go. I'm in Perth, Australia. There's a place called Baklava Cafe. Cosella Capriccio Exo. Or if I go to Miami, or if I go to Montreal, or well, it doesn't matter where you go. But I think that's the key. We like pareja. It makes me happy that I could see my daughter in a few years going to events that Christine's putting on. And like Christine made a good point, there's something familiar about it now. Oh, Greekend's involved. This is involved. There's that.
It's good to have that validity.
Familiar thing, yeah. It's
for sure.
Like, you know.
But now, Christine, Angela's gonna become your friend, so he can make you keep an eye on his daughter if she's coming to your events.
Yeah.
I know how he works.
Perfect. We need more of the younger generation involved too. So they're naturally going to progress.
That is the most important thing, I think, in my opinion. The most important thing that you're doing is getting the youth interested in the culture. Because like Foti said, we used to have it. We were surrounded by Greeks. We had Greek events all the time. It was just there. Now it just doesn't exist. And I feel like, you know, these young Greeks have to see how cool the culture is and how, it's something to be interested in. But we need trendsetters to kind of do
And I
that.
think, Ari, what Christine is also adding, the added value that she's doing, which is a huge undertaking, is giving people a taste of Greece by going to Greece.
Yeah, that's
And I think that
Right.
bug in itself, anybody, I don't care who it is, whether you're Greek, non-Greek, when you go to Greece in the summertime, something happens to you. And then when you come back, something stays with you. So I
right.
think it's super important because
You come back, you realize, why did I come back?
yeah, right,
You
right.
studialo Canomeno.
Because
Greece. Look at how cold it is where you guys are.
that's
my
true.
God.
California.
That's it.
Christine said it's 29 degrees in Miami. Yine de katastrofi tora, katalaveni.
Katalava.
Katastrofi foti.
I
But it's I think that just want to make this point that I think that including that to allow Greek Americans who maybe have not gone to Greece, maybe they've only gone with their parents when they were younger, but to
Yeah.
go independently with a parea or on their own and to meet other fellow Greek Americans or Greeks from around the world in this setting, I think is super impactful. So when they come back, more reason for them to want to continue to pursue being part of the culture.
Yeah. So
That's
Christine, give us an example. I saw on your site that you do, what kind of island run do you do? Give us an example for people who may not know.
So we do a 10-day trip to Greece, and we always start and end in Athens, of course. You have to hit all the spots in Athens, Club Banana, everything. And then we pick 3 islands that are just around Greece that are, have a little bit of everything. They have the sights, they have the food, they have, the cute little tavernas at night. People are dancing. So last year we did Naxos, Santorini, and Eos. And this
Ooh,
year we're going back to Eos and we're doing Milos for the first time, which I'm super excited
Ah,
about.
nice.
We're ending in the fan favorite Paros, of course.
nice.
So it's going to be 10 days total and a great chance to just meet new people who have things already in common with you and go on this once in a lifetime trip.
Now,
You know,
Have you been to Milos?
Never. So selfishly, the best part about planning these is I get to put in the places where I want to go. So it's going to be my first time, but I've heard great things about it for
That's what
sure.
I've heard.
yeah.
Guys, have you heard anything good of Milos? I heard
Oh,
it's the new place now to go.
yeah, and they're trying to protect that, it from becoming too touristy. I know Milos has a lot of great. It's like an unhidden treasure is starting to pop up on this map of where to go, but they're trying to protect it to not be over saturated.
Right. They just blocked like
Yeah,
some big hotel because
and
it's like
yeah,
environmentally going to screw up some stuff.
Right.
there's some restrictions to Milos if I'm not
Which I
mistaken.
I respect that. I respect that a lot from Milos to keep it like the way it is and
It's a
not
tough
let the
call.
tourism.
It's a tough call because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Greece is projecting once again this year to be record-breaking visitors. I think they're going to break last year's record, even though we're going through some economic challenges. Greece's tourist organization is forecasting a record-breaking season again.
Good.
And the Greekend is adding to that. It's
Hey, so
it's
Christine,
contributing.
is there age? What's the minimum age requirement for people going? Do you keep it? Does it matter? Or
So we definitely do a 21 plus trip. And I
okay,
know the
good.
ages are a little bit different in every country, but 21, we just like, you've lived life a little bit, you know what it's like to maybe travel independently once or twice in your life. And so that's really the youngest age. And we extended it to 35 years old. Last year, I would say like the median age was 28, 27. So more young professionals who were out of school, getting their first jobs, working a little bit, but still just wanting to connect with the community. So,
That's
how
great.
how
I know that in Miami, you guys have great. There's a lot of. I've done. I was just there last year. They always Miami Adi always has these great parties.
oh
Great
yeah.
parties. I don't know who's doing it. Am I right? You always see Miami Buzuka or Miami dance. I mean,
Mm.
Miami's a party city anyway. But I always notice the Greeks there have a real party lifestyle in Miami, which I'm like, damn, if I'm there, I would go.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's like the Mykonos of America.
Yeah. It's kind of good, isn't it? In Miami, certain places like and do you ever think of Christine doing like a food. I could see this becoming a food culinary tour type of thing in Greece. Or
Yes. So last year we went to Naxos, which is the agriculture island, and we did a whole cooking class day where we went to this
nice.
little farm. Everybody went into the field, they picked the vegetables, and we prepared this entire traditional Greek meal. And we got to enjoy it and eat and Greek dance and drink wine all night and just have a blast. And so that was something too that I wasn't particularly looking forward to because not really my vibe. I love to sit on the beach with some keratin
Right.
and just relax. But it was probably one of the most spectacular moments of the whole trip and really like had the group to come together. And that's what's so special too about, just the Greek culture too. We can come together through food so easily. And
Yeah.
it's so connecting.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, because if you think about it, it's all the senses, right? You get the sun, the beach, the food. Whenever people go to Greece, the one thing I've heard from everyone, and never heard this. I've never heard someone tell me they went to Greece, had a meal, and they didn't enjoy it. Right? Because you go to other countries, you go, it's hit and miss. And I told my friends, even other comics that go there, I said, look, even in Athens or Thessaloniki or whatever, Crete, like it doesn't matter where you go. The Greeks, they'll bitch and complain about working long hours, but the food's going to come out good. Because
Right.
if they won't eat it, they won't serve it to you. Most of the Greeks are like that.
True.
They would say,
True.
my dad would always say, "I'm going to right? You're not going to eat it," type thing.
Right.
It's good, and it's kind of like no, I really, I got to tell you, Christine, I was checking the site and I was checking about what the stuff that you're doing and the fact that you're still in school and a full-time job and doing this and you're smart. You see, this is where people don't understand. Find something you're passionate about doing, and it's not work. And like you said, maybe it's a little bit selfish, but it's not selfish. I've never been to Milos. Let's put it on the agenda. Let's all go and have a good fucking time, right? That's how it should be.
Right.
Yeah, but the three of us should not go when the Greekend is there. We don't want to ruin everything that she built up.
I'm not saying we're gonna go. We could go to them, but what I'm saying though, but think about it. It's something that I think for a lot of people, see, we put so much emphasis on money. If people put a couple of $100 away a month every year, all year, they'll have enough money to go to Greece. The airfares have actually dropped a little bit this summer, even out of LA. There's a direct flight now. I don't know if you know, Christine, there's a direct flight North Atlantic, direct from LA to Athens now. Even LA has a direct flight.
How long is that?
Yeah.
12 hours, starting
wow.
at 199 one way.
Diles.
Wow.
199?
It's starting at 199.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
basic.
What airline is this?
North Atlantic. It's Norwegian.
We just put up-
787.
We just put a plug in there for our North Atlantic.
North Atlantic. No, but it's
some money.
direct flight. But see, what's happening now, if you're smart about it, with a couple of grand, 2-3 grand, you can go to Greece. If you're a student or you're somebody young, and if you go to the Greekend, you find out, they say, we got this whole itinerary plan. So we're going to spend this much money there. We're going to have the party out. We're going to have the fun. Those people are going to come back and call Christine the day after they get back. Here's my money for another deposit.
Take my
I
money.
want to go again.
Please.
And life's too short. And I think this is something else where the lifestyle kicks in.
Right.
And even, look, guys, I know a lot of people with a lot of money and they're miserable.
Right.
Oh, can we?
They don't like the
Can we talk
food.
to them?
They don't like this. They don't like their wife. They don't like shit. I go, it's one life. Live it.
Exactly.
It's one life, live it. And I think that the reality of this is that in sales or in life, it's so easy to say no. No is the hard thing. It's so easy. No. But then you have to ask yourself after a while. And I think this is where something like the Greekend for me comes in. 21 years old, 22 years old. I didn't have this.
No.
You know what I'm saying, Christine? I didn't have it. So if I had something like this, I would go to it.
Of
Because I
course.
like meeting new people. I like going to Greece or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something, it's even Carrot would go. Carrot would go with
I
you
don't
to
know.
Greece.
Well,
Okay, Carrot
having said that, Angela,
would go to Greece with you.
I was going to ask Christine, what is like, what's coming up for the Greekend? I know you got things that you're planning. You said you plan definitely way ahead of time. Anything you want to share with us that's coming up that's exciting that you want to share with our audience?
Absolutely. So we started in the fall to do our own multi-series of events called the Hot and Greek Tour. So the theory behind the Hot and Greek is that, all the Greeks are hot and
Yeah. You're in the wrong group
All
here.
the Greeks are hot, and if you're Greek, then you're hot, and you're hot, you're Greek. So, I mean,
Perfect.
I think it's an invite for every single Greek out there to come.
Bravo, Sue.
And they're just kind of these little small, more intimate designed little hotspots in different cities across the US. And again, like if you're new in one city and you don't know anyone and the Greekend happens to be in that city, you know us. So we'd love to have you come. So our next event is going to be in Tampa, but our following event is actually going to be in Boston at the F1 Arcade on March 7th.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
that is really exciting. We love our Boston Greeks, of course. We also have a huge Greek Independence Day yacht fleet out of Miami on March 28th. So that is our next biggest scale event coming up. And then a couple more events in Chicago and Detroit after that.
Wow.
What are you doing in Montreal?
That's where you come in,
Something
Angelo.
big.
That is, you want to talk about Greek party town? Montreal, Canada. Seriously.
You know, it's on our list
Let's
to
do
do
something in
some
Montreal.
stuff in Canada. We need to do it up there.
Can I?
It's just we don't have a cold weather thing.
Well, can I share something, Christine?
Me.
Growing up when we were in that 20-year phase, we used to participate in there was these annual
A
ski
Greek
trips.
ski weekend.
Greek ski weekend in Montreal.
Mont Tremblant. Mont Tremblant.
The
Yes,
worst time,
like
the worst
hot
time to
big
go.
like
Big party.
The worst time to go, but we
That
went
was fun, yeah.
in sub-zero
You
temperatures.
guys got to do that.
Gosh.
It was fun. It was
Mont
definitely fun.
Tremblant.
The cold was part of the fun. It was like
Yeah,
everybody like freezing and trying to get
We
everywhere.
got to experience, downtown Montreal, the casinos, the F1, right? Formula One was there.
Yeah, F1's that's every June. Yeah.
F1, St. Catharines, and all those great avenues with great restaurants and bars. But yeah, I think you're right, Angela. I think the Greekend might need to consider a Montreal excursion.
Or even go to Montreal in May, which is better weather. It's not like
Yeah,
But
summertime is
it's-
fine in Montreal. It's the same as everywhere else. But
Montreal's great.
I want to ask a quick question. So, Foti, you're asking what's coming up, but have you? I don't know if how much thought has gone into this, but when we started our Greek social network 20 plus years ago, we never dreamed of all the directions it would take us. It was so far out of our scope. So, do you have any idea how this could grow? Because like Angelo said, you could kind of be a matchmaker. You could do a culinary thing. You could do there's so many.
Bravo.
Have a shop. Like, how many things can come out of this? Because it really can. That this brand sounds like something that can really grow into something.
Absolutely. And I think that's like the most fun part of it is that it can really turn into anything out there. So as I, get older and experience more of life too, it's already sprouted into different avenues, just as, you progress through things. So one thing that's really exciting too coming up is that we're developing the Greekend Foundation, which is our nonprofit initiative to help, uplift the Greek American youth through scholarships, cultural programming, and other community-driven events.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see this too as a way to connect out because I'm 31 now. I have friends, they're getting married, they're having kids. They're not necessarily looking to go island hopping, even though they should, and they all do tell me that they want to. But a way to keep it going and to kind of continue on in that direction. So every year does bring a new idea. And so things that we're looking forward to in the future are some more networking events, things with really curated audiences that people can still continue to go to and through at any phase of their life. So it really only can be seen, I guess time will tell with what will happen with the Greekend and how these new ideas will spin off and do different things, because there's always so much that you can add to it. And that's the fun of it too, is always being able to be dynamic and think of what's new, what do people want, what are people looking for, what's missing in the community. So only time will tell.
You need to have the plus ages Greekend too for us, so we could actually
the Greek AARP.
No, guys.
No, I'm serious.
I know it's a joke. How many uncles do I have? They go, come to your comedy show, hook me up with somebody's mom. Buddy, I'm telling you, there's a lot of Greeks who are single and they don't know what to do.
if she was doing an event and I could, because I'm in DC right now and Foti's in Boston and Angelo's out in LA. If you were doing a Greekend event and we could all like go there, like I would totally go. I mean, again, you'd have to put up with a lot of complaining and a lot of like maybe body aches and stuff, but
That's
other
great.
than that,
Great
it would be a lot of
content.
fun.
Great content.
No, but there's a lot of people. Like I met people. I met the guy, 73 years old. He broke up with his girlfriend. His wife has passed away, but he's still young enough. And there's Viagra and Cialis, so stuff's still happening, buddy. And it's funny because it's like I think there's a time in your life where you realize, man, like now you say you're 31, you're young, you're experiencing, you're living your best life, which is what you want to do. A lot of people never got that opportunity. Right. So what happens? They later in their life they feel like shit, man. I got all this stuff, but man, it sucks. I want to go. I want to do stuff, and I go. The only thing ever stopping anyone from doing anything is themselves. You want to do something, go fucking do it, man. That's what I say. I don't give a shit. And I tell people all the time, I go, you get so simple. Book a ticket, save a couple of bucks, take out a new credit card, go to Greece. Do it. Just do it.
Doing something and not having fun or it's not cool or whatever is okay, but never doing it and always wondering is the worst. So 100% people should just get out there and do it. I mean, the youth, hopefully you got that covered, Christine, like it's all good. But everybody out there, everybody in any walk of life, just don't sit and say, well, I can't afford it, or I got the kids, or I got stuff to do. I got a lot of work. Like
you mean regrets
later.
Listen to us on a conversation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's a big waste of time right there. But I mean, what you're doing is fantastic. Again, Angelo goes all over the world to spread the Greek cheer. We've been doing our like online Greek thing for 20 plus years. But you have the ability to get the youth, and that's the biggest key to preserving this culture that we have. The coolest culture. I mean, in my opinion, we have the greatest culture, and we need the youth to like.
Also, the most miserable culture.
I'm not talking about the misery.
We're the fucking we're the most greatest culture, but let's call the truth. If complaining was a sport, we're gold medalists. Holy shit!
Listen, Angelo. We're winners. We are winners at everything.
That's right, even complaining.
Oh, this has been great.
Well, Christine, this has been fun having you on the podcast. You're a delight. Congratulations on the Greekend.com. Keep doing the good work that you're doing. We're going to share everything. Artie's going to tell you all that. So I think it's great what you're doing. Keep doing it. I can see you're passionate about what you do, and you're having fun, man. Good for you, man. I'm not worried about you. You're good. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
He'll just keep worrying about us.
You gotta worry about Adi and Foti. It's like,
Christine,
guys, for having me, and I guess now I'm convinced we have to all get together for a Greekend in Montreal.
Yes, in Montreal.
Connecting Greeks with the Greekend.
Oh, we'll go to Miami.
We can do some podcasting up there.
That's even better. Come down to Miami. Just don't bring the cold.
Right.
No.
Christine, thank you so much for taking the time. I mean, I knew you were busy, but after what you told me about full-time work, full-time school, trying to get Greeks organized and doing stuff, I mean, that's great. Kudos to you. Thank you for taking the time with us. We really do appreciate what you do because we believe in everything about the Greek culture and promoting, preserving, and doing everything we can for it. You're doing it. It's great. Thank you so much. We're going to have all your information in the show notes. And thanks again. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Christine.
So much.
We'll see you soon. Christine. This won't be the last time.
Bye, Christine.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching and listening. Check the show notes. Support everything the Greekend does. That's why we're here. That's what we talk about all the time. Support. Greeks supporting Greeks. We love it. And thanks, everybody out there watching and listening. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Foti. Thank you, Angela. We will see you all next time.
Yes, us.
Bye, Christine.
Yes, us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.